Okay, now before I get this video started, I do apologize for being really quiet, and I'm sorry if you hear like a few loud noises. Someone's painting my house right now, so like, yeah. Um, anyways, let's get started, shall we? Godzilla vs. Mothra in 1964. Is basically the movie that started, or the second movie in like the Godzilla vs. series, basically. Because after that it was just Godzilla versus, or technically then it was Ghidorah the Three. I'm stupid, I'm sorry. Okay, so basically this is Toho bringing one of their second best monster, Mothra, and having her fight their best monster, Godzilla, in a movie in 1964. And truly it is a very underappreciated movie because it's super good. So why don't we get started? Anyways, the movie starts out with a tsunami hitting an island, and a giant egg washes up on it, and so these scientists go to like look at it, and then some businessman shows up with a Hitler mustache, and you can already tell he's the main bad guy of the movie just from this. Yeah, they say, this is my egg. And these people who own this town are selling it for 1,500,000 and something yen, not yang. What the fuck is yang? I don't know. Yen. And then basically that's what happens. And so the entire message of this movie is that corporations are assholes. Anyways, then, a while later, the main cast, which consists of 2 news reporters and a scientist, they go to try to talk to the main bad guy, but he's talking to someone he's behind, which is some kind of like political business giant, and they try to reason with them, but they don't, and the Mothra twins also show up to stop them, to get the egg to be returned, but it doesn't work. So then they team up with our main cast to try and like consult these people to get their egg back. So anyways, then they basically go back to Infant Island on Mothra, because Mothra gets introduced pretty early in the movie. Then the business guys, they take a radioactive survey, and fucking Godzilla shows up in the coolest way possible. He shows up from the ground for some reason. I don't know how he got there. I'm assuming it was from the earthquake from King Kong vs. Godzilla. He probably got stuck in some kind of like earthquake and like went all the way over there, and he was just stuck there. That's my theory, at least. Yeah. So Godzilla destroys Tokyo, and there's actually like a really funny scene where like Haruo Nakajima like slips in the Godzilla suit, and he falls onto the pagoda in Osaka, and it's amazing. Oh my god. And I love it. Then the 2 main bad guys, they try to gas Mothra's egg, World War II style, and considering one of the bad guys' mustaches, I don't know if that was such a good idea to put in the movie. I mean, it was the 60s after all, I don't know. Yeah. Then the main characters go to Infant Island to talk to the natives, and the natives, I'm very certain, are the same people that played the natives in King Kong versus Godzilla from Faroe Island. And I mean, they even have the same dude who played the tribal chief in King Kong versus Godzilla comeback. I mean, it's pretty obvious. And then they get the Mothra twins' permission for Mothra to go fight Godzilla. And yeah, so that's what Mothra does, even though she's about to die. And then when Mothra goes to fight Godzilla, it's like a pretty boring fight, if I'm being honest. But I mean, seeing Mothra in action was pretty cool. And then Mothra starts fucking up Godzilla, and then Godzilla starts fucking up Mothra, and then Mothra dies over her eggs, and then her 2 kids hatch from the Mothra egg, and So what they do is they team up to. So afterwards, Godzilla leaves and he starts destroying other islands. And he's going to a very specific island that's supposed to have been evacuated, but there are these like 10 kids and a teacher there, and they're running from Godzilla. And also in this process, the two main bad guys get crushed to death by Godzilla when he walks through their building, and it's amazing. Yes, and I don't know why I said yes. Anyways, so the two Mothra babies, or the two Mothra caterpillars, go to fight Godzilla, and they take him out. Okay, so first I should probably mention the military tries to take out Godzilla, and it doesn't work before the fight between Godzilla and Mothra, and it was a really cool scene because they actually accidentally set Godzilla's head on fire. But that's besides the point. Anyways, afterwards, after the fight, and then after the after the bad guys get killed, then Godzilla goes to the island, and they're like, "Oh, we need to get the kids and the teacher." And the Mothra caterpillars go to fight Godzilla, and they do it by hiding behind rocks and shooting him with their silk webbing. And eventually they put Godzilla in a cocoon, and he falls into the water. He was defeated by a couple of kids. Oh my god. But either way, it was still a cool movie, and it is easily one of my favorite Godzilla movies of all time. What else can I say? What else can I say about this movie? It is really cool. The music's great. Acting's great. I mean, some of the effects, like the CGI effects, aren't that great, especially with like the Mothra fairies. But it was the 1960s. What do you expect? Other than that, I'd give the movie like an 8 out of 10. I mean, it has a good message behind it, which is like environmentalism and how nukes are bad and that it destroys the environment. But other than that, yeah, great movie. 8 out of 10, I really recommend it. I'm sorry this review is shorter than the other ones, but I mean, the plot of this movie is pretty short. And I should also mention Happy Christmas Eve, everyone who's watching this. I hope it's going great for you, and I can't wait to do tomorrow's episode, which I'll give you a hint. It's got the how do I hint at this? 3 heads. That's all I'll say. 3 heads. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Next is out.